Good morning, family. So I wake up this morning, get my day started, and I realize that Carlos King's team has just released this really amazing clip of a conversation that happened between me and Dustin Ross and Funky Geneva, moderated by Carlos, about the E.J. Johnson interview that he did that went viral recently, and just in general what it's like to date in the queer space, right? What is it like to date as an LGBTQ plus person? Now, in this clip, Funky Geneva asked me, why do you think Black women often have feelings of disdain for trans girls, right? And I explained to Funky Geneva and the panel that I have noticed as a trans advocate, pause, you hear that? I am a trans advocate. As someone who is an ally to the trans community, I have experienced myself that Black women are among some of the hardest people to convince to let go of internalized transphobia. And I explained to the panel why I believe that is.
Break down the disconnect between Black women and trans women. Talk to us about that. School us a little bit.
Yeah, and this is so interesting. I feel like the gay anthropologist here. But here's the thing. I want my community to love on each other, and so we have to call a thing by its name before we can
We all do, yes. I agree
call
with
the thing
that.
by its name. A large part of this, and this is something that a lot of women, they don't have the language to say, but when I say to them, they're like, oh, snap, you're right. Black women are at the very, very bottom of the proverbial food chain, right? Mm-hmm. Black men, depending on the metrics, are sometimes next to us or way above us. Mm-hmm. When it is based on gender, they're right next to white men. They're second place. Mm-hmm. When it's based on race, they come back down to us and white women take second place. So Black men and white women, they switch places taking second. Mm-hmm. We never get to be second. We're always last. We never get to move up and down based on gender or money. We're always last. Then you create the space where when the Black men are next to the white women tapping in, is it gender? My turn. Is it race? Your turn. Second place. They then start to bond over their disdain for the Black women who are catching up through education, even though they're still in last place. How that hoe get next to us, right? Mm-hmm. Then you create this thing that happens where a lot of Black men now try to look for as a status symbol, well, if I want to beat this white man, the thing I can do is take his bitch. So a lot of Black men have started to exalted white women with our body parts as our replacement, because I get to have the look and feel of a Black woman, but I get to spite the white man that I'm subconsciously still arguing with for first place, right? Mm-hmm. So now there's this interesting dance of everybody's dancing around second and first. We still in last place. So now we have to share space now, sometimes conditionally, with white presenting Black women who, because of racial identity being ambiguous, have the curly hair and the white phenotypes, but because they're 3% white like Mary from Sinners, we gotta call her a Black woman even though she ain't done none of the shit that we've had to go through, right? So Black women are already tired from the word Black woman being diluted with whiteness because of white supremacy. And then you add a trans girl who had the privilege of being a man in society's eyes before she made peace with being trans. And in our minds, subconsciously, we're thinking, everybody gets to run up and down but us. And there's a fatigue there that makes it hard to be hospitable, because you're saying you're a woman, but you got to be a nigga for about 27 years first. I didn't even get that. And I'm already sharing space with the white bitch because she got a curl pattern, right? Like, I'm tired. When do y'all just get to admit that this thing, this cis het Black woman thing, this racially unambiguous Black woman thing, only I have truly experienced it like this? Now, here's the thing, though. I have been an emotional intelligence coach for almost 20 years now. It is my job as a coach to understand the pain that informs people's decisions and their fear-based reactions. Just because I eloquently explained why Black women find themselves being transphobic does not mean I agree with it. Just because I can understand how you got there does not mean I condone it. And so when I went in the comments and people were saying things like, oh, this is exactly what Jess with the Mess was trying to say. No, it's not. Respectfully to Jess with the Mess, what I just did masterfully in that clip is not what Jess with the Mess was trying to explain. Jess with the Mess was being disrespectful to trans girls. She was flattening their experience and being demeaning and dehumanizing them. That is not what I did. And I take great offense to being compared to someone who did not take the care that I took and who centered herself in something that is not about her. So, to any Black woman who felt seen watching that clip, sis, I am happy that you know that I understand why you're hurting and where it comes from. However, please watch the entire video, where after I explain where your pain comes from, I then advocate for you to push past it so you can be a true ally and stop using your hurt to hurt others. Because in the same way that I can explain why Black women find themselves having tricky, complicated feelings around trans girls, I can also do the same thing for men. I can explain why men join the red pill community. I know exactly the kind of pain that causes that. I don't condone that either. Understanding pain does not mean that you have an excuse to continue weaponizing it. That's the part the clip couldn't show, because it's a clip, obviously. So in summation, if you saw that clip and thought I was amazing, because I am, and though you mistook me as a transphobe and are expecting me to be spewing out anti-trans rhetoric, I want to save you from following me, because that's not what this is. It is possible for me to hold space for everyone's humanity while still constantly reminding them that their pain is never an excuse to dehumanize others. Say it with me, boys and girls, nuance. Yeah? All right. Love you. Bye.